Hashtag Trending is made possible by the generous support of Zoho Canada, a unique and powerful software suite to transform the way you work. Designed for businesses of all sizes, built by a company that values your privacy. Visit them at zoho.com. High-tech but low profits for HPE's AI servers. Equinix unlocks value from data center waste heat. Asana launches an AI assistant for project management. And you can keep that VPN to watch Netflix, but you won't need it anymore for AI. Claude AI is coming to Canada. These stories and more on the It's About Time edition of Hashtag Trending. I'm your host, Jim Love. Let's get into it. We don't do a ton of announcements on the podcast, but we make an exception when things come in from listeners. And one of our listeners wrote in to say he's participating in public hearings in Toronto, Canada on a new public internet strategy. The city is looking for input on how to expand this offering, both to add to the enjoyment of the public and also help close the digital divide for those who might not be able to afford good internet in low-income areas. If you want to find out more or join in, there's a link to this in the show notes. And if there's a story in this, and we have at least one engaged listener attending or even submitting, we're going to cover it. And now, back to the news. There's been a big focus on trying to offset or mitigate the insatiable and ever-growing hunger for power required to drive cloud and AI data centers. That power is used to drive computer cycles, but it's also importantly used to drive cooling systems to deal with the enormous heat that these systems generate. But Equinix, a global data center company, has added a new strategy, and rather than letting that thermal energy go to waste, Equinix has an innovative solution. Export the residual heat to nearby buildings and communities. Melissa Felician, Sustainable Data Center Operations Manager at Equinix, explains the program. She said, "Our heat export initiative allows us to capture the waste heat produced at our data center and pump it directly into municipal heating networks. It's a sustainable way to repurpose what was previously an untapped byproduct." Now, this concept is already operational at Equinix TR5 data center in Toronto, Canada. The facility is providing heat to multiple residential towers, a hotel, a university campus, and a shopping mall in downtown Markham through a partnership with the local district energy provider. But Equinix has bigger plans on the horizon. Their newest not Paris, Ontario, Canada, but Paris, France, data center, set to open later this year, will export waste heat to the Plains Solar Urban Development Zone and the Olympic Aquatic Center, hosting events for the 2024 Summer Games. And forget about coding assistants. Somebody is finally focused on the real area that needs help in IT, project management. The project management software company Asana has unleashed artificial intelligence to help workers be more productive. They've rolled out what they call AI teammates, AI-powered assistants that can take on certain tasks and workflows within Asana's platform. Now, here's how it works. Users enable the AI teammate feature and they can delegate assignments to their AI coworker. The teammate can triage incoming requests, gather necessary data, generate content like feedback or suggestions, and move projects through their predetermined processes. If a task requires human input, the AI will loop its flesh and blood counterparts in. But the goal is to let the AI handle as much of the routine, repetitive work as possible. And if you've ever run a project management office, there is lots of routine, repetitive work. Asana is utilizing large language models from OpenAI and Anthropic to power the AI capabilities while ensuring customer data privacy. Palo Alto Networks is one enterprise already testing Asana's AI teammates in their workflows, and Paige Costello, Asana's head of AI, explains the premise. "We expect AI will help people achieve more complex work over time, but the human is ultimately accountable. The AI teammate aims to reduce busy work, not create more interactions." And as I said, anybody who's ever worked in project management knows there's lots of busy work. For technology giants like Hewlett-Packard Enterprise that have taken a beating as the enterprise PC market demand shrank over the past 2 years, there's finally some good news with a huge and growing demand for cutting-edge artificial intelligence systems. This increase in sales might not lead to an increase in profits, at least for now. In HPE's latest quarter ended April 30th, AI server revenues more than doubled to over $900 million. But that surge came at the expense of profitability. In HPE's core server group, earnings before taxes dropped nearly 10%. Dell is facing similar challenges. While posting a staggering $1.7 billion in AI system sales last quarter, a tenfold jump year over year, those revenues actually appeared to erode Dell's margin in its infrastructure solutions group. Prickett Morgan, co-editor of the Next platform, analyzed the financials and said, "No one has ever gotten rich in the high-performance computing business, and we stand by that observation. What we do know is that Dell and HPE need to sell AI servers and figure out how to do it profitably." The culprit appears to be limited GPU supply from NVIDIA and pricing pressure. As Prickett Morgan notes, HPE and Dell are hoping to eventually reap profits by selling AI inference systems to the masses once initial training system sales ramps subside. In other words, the big training servers are one market, but that market to all of the rest of us is another. Now, if only there was a new software that would force consumers to have to upgrade their systems. Was it something we said? It seems Canada is always being left behind on launches of new software. But in the area of AI, this time, we're taking offense, eh? After all, it's a Canadian, Geoffrey Hinton, who was known as the godfather of AI, and some of the pioneering work in neural networks for AI was done right here in Canada. In other words, generative AI as we know it might not be the same without Canada. You're welcome. But it seems that Anthropic, the AI company, is finally going to say sorry in their own way and finally bring Claude AI to Canada. We've been a big fan of the advanced AI assistant Claude, but we've been sneaking in via VPN. We can confess now. But now, Claude will be available to Canadians. Claude, for those who don't know, was created by artificial intelligence research company Anthropic. Anthropic was founded by a senior exec that left OpenAI to pursue what he thought was a better and safer AI. I'm sure they've kept to that ideal, but in the process, they also created one of the best AI engines for writing that is out there today. Claude offers state-of-the-art language capabilities powered by large language models like Claude 3, Sonnet, and Haiku. Starting today, people and businesses across Canada can access Claude through multiple channels, the web interface at claude.ai, the iOS mobile app, and the integration via Claude API for developers. For personal use, there is a free Claude AI offering or a $28 per month Claude Pro subscription that unlocks all models and offers increased usage, which if you're going to use Claude regularly, you're going to need. It also offers early access to new features. Anthropic is launching a $42 per month Claude Team plan for secure collaborative workspaces. Michael Lee Litzel, head of product at Anthropic, highlighted the significance. Canada has been a global leader in responsible AI development and deployment. We're thrilled to bring Claude's cutting-edge language skills to businesses and individuals nationwide as they explore the powerful AI for an array of use cases. From creative writing to analysis to coding assistance, the multi-talented Claude promises to bring productivity and open new AI-powered possibilities for its Canadian users. As artificial intelligence continues its rapid advancement, innovative models like Claude are poised to make a big impact across many industries and facets of daily life in the Great White North, where it will always be called Claude and never Claude. And we'll know it's been truly trained on Canadian data when it makes a mistake and says, sorry, eh? Or when you ask it to do something it's not supposed to and it says, take off, eh? And that's it for today's show. Remember, you can get us on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. And we're available on YouTube in both audio and video format now. Show notes are on technewsday.ca or .com. Take your pick. I'm your host, Jim Love. Have a fantastic Friday.